Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we are in Australia in search of masters and PhD opportunities as usual. And if you're new, please subscribe because I'm sure you'd enjoy the materials on this channel. Lots of fully funded scholarships around the world. If you're returning, of course, thanks for coming back. So today we are at the Australian National University in search of scholarships, funding, money. So before we begin, we'll quickly look at the English language requirements at this university. So for the English language requirements, those who did not study in the English language are expected to take one exam or the other, either the IELTS, TOEFL, or the other alternatives. However, if you studied in one of these countries, I can see my country here already. I can see Ghana. I can see Botswana. I think this is Fiji. So in case it's not bold enough, I could make it bolder. So if you're from one of these countries, fortunately, you wouldn't have to write any of those exams. So if you're not from any of these countries, there are still some other conditions that might just exempt you from writing the exams, the English language test, I mean. So just read through in case your country is not there. But if your country is on this list, congratulations. You get an English fee waiver, or English test waiver, rather. So let's begin. How do you apply for this scholarship? It's the Australian Government Research Training Program. I've talked about this scholarship several in my previous Australian videos, and it's present in several different universities in Australia. So, for instance, you might find this RT that's Research Training Program, scholarship at the University of Melbourne or Queensland or Tasmania you know, or the other ones you have around there. So this is a scholarship present in several other universities. So if for some reason you do not fancy the Australian National University, you could try some other university and type RTP in front of it on Google, and you just get amazing results as well. So for this one, you can see the value already, $34,000 per annum. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And you receive this fortnightly. That's every 2 weeks. That you receive half of this. That should be like 17,000 um, in your second week. And then in your fourth week, that's at the end of the month, you receive another 17,000. And payments for 3.5 years. So usually if you're doing a PhD, 3.5. For a master's, it's usually 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, which kind of courses does this scholarship cover? It covers courses under research. They are known as the higher degree research programs. Higher degree research programs, or HDR. So those are the programs it covers. So if you're coming for the scholarship, you're coming to do lots of research, whether as a master's or as an incoming PhD student. So there are two major rounds at this university. And for international students, there is one round which expired on the 31st of August. So that's gone, but it's coming back next year. And there's another round, the second round, which expires or closes the 15th of April. So next year. So you have a lot of time. But the problem is when most people see 15th of April, they wait till April to put in an application, not knowing that it's presently open at the moment and would only close in April. So it means that if you have this professor you intend to discuss with or pitch your idea to, you might just miss out on him or her if you're waiting till April. But if you start now, December or January, or if it's even getting late February, you might just catch that person on time because there might be, who knows, 20, 30, or if not even 100 people going after that same professor as well, or competing for the same position or the same attention as well. So just try as much as possible. Do not rush, but also be time conscious when it comes to these kinds of application. So here you see the application period, 1st of November to 31st of December. You might not understand this because like October comes before November, right? But it means 1st of October of one year till the 31st of October of the other year. If that makes sense. So now we're in December, for instance, so it's open, and they'll keep receiving students or considering students for the scholarship until 31st of October, the end of October next year. So how do you apply? It's written here that while you're applying for one of the HDR, we mentioned this earlier. Can you remember the full meaning? It's right here. Higher degree research. So if you can remember this, good for you. So if you while you're applying for one of these courses, you have to just indicate that you wish to be considered for this scholarship, the AGRTP. Does anyone remember the full meaning of this? So the RTP there already is the research training program. The AG should be Australian government, as you can see here. So let's move forward. So while you're applying for one of those courses, indicate that you wish to be considered for um, this research training program. The eligibility criteria is here. We could look at that as well. And then the benefits you get. So you can see here stipend, scholarship, 3 years, possible extension for another 6 months, get travel, um, removal allowance. Oh, nice, interesting name. Thesis allowance, dependent allowance for international students. So this is also nice. If you bring in a child or probably a spouse as well, you also get an allowance for that. That's good. So medical insurance and suspension of scholarship. Okay, this I think this is a little bit different. That in case you want to pause your scholarship or suspend, this is what you need to do. So there are some for commencing students or current students. So it still says that there's no separate application process. So while you're applying for the course, you indicate in one of the boxes there that you want to be considered for so scholarship. I think I can mark multiple boxes. You can see probably in the names of several scholarships and just tick on them. So how do you apply for this? So you're now interested, you have watered your appetite sufficiently. So to apply for one of the research courses, remember it's just masters by research, PhD by research. They might have masters by coursework, but you're not going for that because it's not covered by the scholarship. So I've clicked on this. I just clicked on the logo and opened a new page. Then I went to study, I think, and you could see scholarships. No, we've seen scholarships already. We've seen some other things. So let's go to study options, right? Study options. Now we're here. Lots of cool information here. YouTube video as well. I could watch on why you should study at the Australian National University. Different major subfields. So you could say just go here to postgraduate degrees and explore PhD, MPhil. MPhil is usually masters by research. So explore PhD, MPhil. Click on this and see what it brings out. So it has already colored research, the research bar for you. So if you just wanted undergraduate, you would have selected this one and it would color the undergraduate. But let's go back to research. And then these circles here are the different major subfields. So you could say, let's click on law, legal studies, and see where it will take us to. So we selected this one, law, legal studies. These are the sub themes under law, legal studies. So we'll go for, let's say, international relations. So international relations, it still give us a number of undergraduate recommendation, postgraduate recommendation, then research recommendation. So this is the one you should pay attention to, at least for this scholarship. It is a research training program and covers the research course. So you could open this course and see what it covers. We already know that the English language requirement, we've seen it already, and the exemptions you can get if you're from certain countries. So this is the page of the course we clicked on. Master of Philosophy, International Politics and Strategic Studies. So let's quickly look at this is the course page. And of course, you're meant to read every other thing, but for the sake of this video, we'll go to the admission requirements. So you can see here that for the admissions requirement, you are required to have completed at least 4 years of Australian undergraduate degree or equivalent. So you might be coming from another country, so equivalent. And then the English language requirement, to study that already. And then fees, well, we're looking for scholarship. So we also look for scholarships here. And it will probably take us to where we're coming from initially, or give us a list of other scholarships as well. So if you're interested in this course, I think it's just sit down, read the instructions closely, and apply. There's an how to apply guide here as well. You just click on this and wish you good luck. So we could do the same, of course, for another course. We could go to, let's say, engineering, for instance. We could go to engineering and look at the subfields. Let's say statistics. So for statistics, we also have these descriptions, and then we have this interesting one on this is a master's in population health. So let's see what it entails. And then let's get more information about this course. Then you check for, of course, the applications requirements. It's good to read, of course, every other thing, but for the sake of this video, we're going straight to the admissions requirements. The bachelor's degree, you can see here, it needs a distinction, so it's understandable. It's quite a mathematical course, and I understand. And look out for things like here it says, have the written approval of an identified supervisor for a research project thesis. So this is also important. So when you're coming, you're going to look for a supervisor for a project thesis. Did we see this in the former one? The one in international politics and strategic studies. I think it's also good to check. And if you're not sure whether you need to contact a professor or not, there is often a number somewhere on the website or somewhere to make inquiries that, oh, I do not know, do I need to contact a professor or something like that? So you could use the inquiry button and make that inquiry. So for the maths department, I think it was stated clearly that you would need a supervisor to like supervise a project for you and things like that. Of course, CV and every other thing. So just do that for your own course. We've done that for 2 courses now. Do that for your own course and you will be fine. I hope this was useful, guys. This is open at the Australian National University. Fully funded, what? $34,000 Australian dollars. And of course, for Masters by Research or for a PhD. As usual, guys, we cannot wait to celebrate you. There are several other materials on this channel, of course. So if this doesn't whet your interest enough, you can, of course, check for other available videos on other scholarships around the world. And we cannot wait to see you at the top. Bye bye for now. Get to work. Do not forget to subscribe.